Hello everyone, in this video we're going to have a look at the dunder init method. Okay, and the dunder init method is called dunder init is because it's a double underscore method. Okay, so double underscore meaning dunder. It's also known as a magic method. Okay, because these are special functions or methods in programming or in Python specifically. You don't get these in other languages. So double init is a constructor method because what that means is that it creates it is a function that is called whenever you create an object. So for example, if there's some other dunder methods as well. For example, dunder add, dunderster. Okay, dunderster is called when you when you printing out an object or calling and you want to see the the object, then dunderster puts it out in a more presentable manner. Dunder add is like if you want to overload the add operator. Okay, so for example, if I say 1, we usually go 1 plus maybe another number like 931 or 99. So the plus operator, if we call it on objects like obj1 or on two variables, then instead of calling the plus, you can also use the dunder add. It's the dunder add method that tells this thing the interpreter that you should add when we using plus. Okay, and the dunder init method is a constructor, so it's a function that is called whenever you create an object, like dunder add is called whenever you use the plus operator on an object. So there's more dunder methods, but let's just go into the dunder init. So class, I'm going to create a class car, alright, and inside of the car class I'm going to create a variable. Okay, some data. I'm going to put in some data. So def double underscore init. Should have been a double underscore there. Okay, and because it's a function of the car class, I'm going to put self parameter. Okay, then what's going to happen is that here I'm going to create some variables for the car class. Okay, so what init does is that it whatever variables I create under here, or let me just go ahead and create them. Okay, so I'm going to give the car class, I'm going to give it a speed. Okay, and I'm going to say the speed is equal to 230 km kilometers per hour, and then I'm going to say the model, and that's equal to, I don't know, maybe 2020 or something. Let's make it 2025 model. Alright, that's enough now. So now what's going to happen is that simply if I go ahead and create an object of this class here in the the main scope, okay, car, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this function, okay, these function parentheses, and the reason for that is because I'm using the dunder init method. That's why I put this. If I wasn't using it, then I'm just gonna do it like that. Okay, so this is because it's now I'm calling this constructor, I'm putting these parentheses around it. Then I just say obj dot speed, and I'm just gonna go ahead and print this out like this, print like that the speed. So let me just show you. This shows us 230. Okay, 230 km, which is right over here. Now the thing is, why do we use this constructor? Look, we never here, okay, here we never told them what the speed was with the car. We never set the speed. Okay, so how does it know that the speed is 230? Well, it's because whenever the car object is created, then automatically the speed is set to 230. So this is a function that is called whenever we create the car class. So I can have something like here, print class created. Alright, spelling like that. Now if I run this, then you're gonna see that it's gonna say class created and it's gonna print out the speed. That's because this is a function that is called whenever an object is created. So here we're creating an object and you can see that the function is created is here, and this whole function is executed when we created the class. So besides that, the other thing is you might see some other variations with this, like you can, this is a parameterless or a default not even a default argument, this is a parameterless constructor. You can also have parameterized constructors. For example, if I make a parameter here, I'm going to make a parameter called speed, and I'm going to create a, or maybe not speed, let's just keep it S for speed, okay, S and M for model. Now what this does is that whenever I'm putting in a function parameter, right, then I'm going to pass it in here, okay, I'm going to pass in the values for that. So I'm going to pass in the speed over here, so the speed would be equal to S, okay, I'm putting this one in there, and then the speed is a variable, okay, so this S goes in there and this M comes over here. So whatever the M's values is going to go to model, whatever the speed's values is going to go to speed. Alright, so then over here, once I use a parameterized constructor, then car, I can pass in the speed to, I'm just going to make this as like a faster car. I'm going to say 2 or 320. 320 is the speed, and the model is 2003. It's a old car but a very fast car. Now please note that we have self over here, and self we never pass in the argument for self. So automatically whatever arguments I pass in here are going to go into the other parameters but not going to go to self. Self just shows you that it is a function of this class. Okay, so let's just run it and show you class created and 320. So this is the difference. We're setting the speed here, but in the previous example we never set the speed. In this, something you might also see is you can see a default argument constructor. For example, let's set the model to be 2015. So whenever I don't put the model in, then it's automatically going to default to 2015. Alright, but of course you never see anything printed. But if I were to remove that default argument, then you can see that it's gonna give us an error. It's gonna say you haven't missing one required positional argument M. So that's just what def init is. It's a constructor that's called whenever you create an object.